everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be attempting to recreate one of my watercolor paintings in digital form. So I'm going to be using the app called Ibis Paint or Ibis Paint. I don't know how you pronounce it, but something like that. Here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and press the plus button here. And I selected the size already, and I'm just going to press OK. So this is the size I'm going to be doing the picture on. So let's get started with it. So I'm going to be doing the lavender field painting. I'll put a picture right here of what it looks like. So I'm starting with all like the basic lines, just like the outlines or things to fill in, basically like a colouring page. These lines here will be the rows of lavender. I had to redo these a couple of times because the perspective didn't look right. And I also apologise that it's a bit hard to see from the camera here, but when I put it onto the screen view, you'll be able to see it better. These lines I did have to redo a lot, but as you can see, I ended up making it work. I finished with all the outlines. I'm gonna go ahead and add some blue, or just all my colours on here now. I do wish the watercolor brushes looked a bit more like watercolor because they're very thick and they don't look transparent really. There was a brush that was called transparent watercolor and it was a little bit see-through, but it wasn't really like watercolor at all. The only thing I wish that there was like a blending tool. There's smudge and blur, but the smudge tool kind of stretches the colours, I don't know, and the blur tool makes everything look matte and it blurs it, but it's not really for blending. So I do wish there was a blending tool. Now as you can see, I'm experimenting with different watercolor brushes and a lot of them didn't work because they were quite opaque. But then as I said, I found the transparent watercolor brush and that had to do for that. So I'm doing the lavender now in rows. I redid this part because it just looked good. But as you can see, I'm doing the lavender here. And now I'm adding like the individual flower sort of things in a darker purple and making sure I do it in like a way that it looks rounded like lavender bushes. Like the little part where the tree is going to be. Obviously it doesn't look as bright as when I did it on paper. I don't know why, but I am going to experiment with these kind of things again to see if I can make the pictures look brighter. Now I'm just doing the tree. Now I'm just trying different brushes for the leaves. I ended up using a felt tip pen. I am going to add some red now for like the shadows, like the reflection of the sun and stuff. And then I'm just enhancing the rose of lavender. I'm just finishing everything up, adding all the like darkened bits, some birds. That bird looks ugly. And then there we go. Finished. I am going to add a bit more blue in the sky just because, as you know. And there we go. Here is the finished picture. It's okay. It could be better. But overall, I think it's good for a first try at this. I'm just going to show you some of my previous painting, drawing things I've done. They're not that good, but I did like to draw gacha characters, or whatever you call them. Here's like a little time lapse of one. But yeah.
So, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I, for one, found it really fun to experiment with a different medium than I would usually. Although I use watercolor brushes. Does that count? I don't know. But because it didn't look like watercolor when I did it. Never mind. But I am happy with how it came out. It could have been better because I had limited time, but it could have been better. I could have spent more time on it, but it's good for a first try at like recreating one of my paintings. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.